Hello dear viewers, in this edition we are going to talk about the Hyundai Elantra. One of the most interesting facts that came out when testing the 2022 Hyundai Elantra N front-wheel drive sports sedan is how fast it is in a straight line. We thought about the future. On his first drive of the sports compact, he never made a mistake getting power to the ground from the powerful 2.0-litre turbo 4. Give it to the Hyundai engineers, because they're getting pretty good at it. You feel the results in the form of a well-tuned available dual-clutch 8-speed automatic transmission, DCT, an electronically controlled limited slip differential, Michelin Pilot Sport 4S spring tires and an electronically adjustable suspension. Like a lot of performance cars, this one is equipped with launch control. The system lets the driver set the RPM at which the car takes off. The 2022 Hyundai Elantra N DCT also comes with a standard button-activated overboost feature, also found in the Veloster N, that adds a bit more power for spurts of about 20 seconds at a time. Our best acceleration run in the sedan occurred with launch control set to 3000 revolutions per minute and then engaging the so-called N-Grin Shift, NGS, red overboost button on the steering wheel right after the initial rollout. Pressing the button might plaster a big goofy smile across your face, and it for sure helps the Elantra N click off 60 miles per hour from a standstill in 5.1 seconds and the quarter mile in 13.7 seconds at 103.9 miles per hour. For not quite sufficient context, we looked at the Volkswagen Jetta small forward sedan in its athletic GLI trim. The VW is equipped with a significantly less powerful 228 horsepower 2.0-litre turbo 4 as well as a limited slip differential and variable suspension, but it needed an additional second to reach 60 miles per hour. It didn't break the finish line on our quarter-mile test drag strip until 14.6 seconds at 98.8 miles per hour. The latest sporty Honda Civic C sedan, powered by a smaller, less powerful turbo engine, is even slower. How does the 2022 Hyundai Elantra N stack up against the class standard bearer, the Honda Civic Type R? It's not an apples-to-apples comparison, as the Hyundai is a sedan and the Honda a hatchback. Plus, we're waiting for the upcoming launch of the all-new Civic Type R, but looking at the previous generation cars' test numbers, we tested 5 total. These would be front drive, 2.0-litre turbo 4 competitors are impressively close. The quickest of the lighter and more powerful, by 30 horsepower, Hondas we sampled, a 2018 variant, was only 0.1 seconds quicker to 60 miles per hour than the Elantra N. It was a dead heat in the quarter mile, though the Type R was traveling a few miles per hour faster across the finish. Switching the 2022 Hyundai Elantra N into sport mode optimizes launch control and the NGS button, and it also noticeably stiffens the car's adjustable shocks. Unlike the rest of the lineup, the N model is the only Elantra to get road-holding hardware like its variable suspension, multi-link rear setup, stiffer bushings, differential, and rear chassis brace. It also boasts the widest tires of any 2022 Elantra. Not unexpectedly, the Elantra N digs in well around curves. On our skid pad loop, the Elantra N was just shy of averaging 1.0 grams of lateral load, 0.97 grams, before it reached its limits. Around our Figure 8 course, which tests lateral loads and transitional behavior between braking, cornering, and acceleration, it posted a best lap of 24.9 seconds at 0.75 grams average. Compare those numbers to the 2019 VW Jetta GLI's less grippy 0.91 grams of lateral acceleration and slower Figure 8 time of 25.6 seconds at 0.72 grams. The gap between the Elantra N and our most recent Civic Type R, a 2021 limited edition, is slightly greater, with the Honda hatch executing a skid pad average of 1.04 grams and a best Figure 8 time of 24.1 seconds at 0.81 grams. From the test track, road test editor Chris Walton put a finer point on our enthusiasm for the Elantra N. Turn-in is very crisp. Maintaining an inch-perfect line on the skid pad was easy peasy. Amazing balance and rock-solid chassis here with very mild understeer. I could tell the differential was working because it never spun a tire accelerating off the skid pad, it just put the power down and went. Even on the stiffest suspension setting, there is a little bit of body roll, but not much. Overall, this is just a terrifically fun little sedan. It's also extremely streetable. In previous efforts to hot up cars, we've seen automakers overzealously miss the mark trying to find the perfect middle ground in handling. The 2022 Hyundai Elantra N's ride was remarkably refined and surprisingly comfortable on some of the worst pavement we encountered, even with upsized 19-inch wheels and low-profile tires. No bottoming, no weird body motions, just buttery smooth handling. The 2022 Hyundai Elantra N gets 14.2-inch vented front and 12.4-inch vented rear brake rotors that are 2.2 inches and 2.1 inches larger, respectively, than the vented front and solid rear units of the 2022 Elantra N line. A less gnarly performance variant than the N. Braking was notably consistent, with no noticeable fade after repeated hard stops at the test track. Initial bite is only decent, but the pedal is predictably progressive. As for the steering, it's precise but felt heavy at times and seemed to get heavier in sport mode, but only at the slowest of speeds. This might be because the Elantra N is equipped with rack-mounted motor-driven power steering and not column-mounted power steering as found on the rest of the lineup.